Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Cawee Squares, our interview section. So today we're going to be talking to Robyn Yack, and she's originally from Montreal. She moved to Toronto in 1997 to complete her law degree. Her extensive leadership experience in healthcare as director of operations and business development gave her the tools to excel in real estate, where strategic thinking and compassion are key. So today, Robyn combines her professional expertise with a really deep commitment to help clients navigate life transitions, whether it's finding the perfect family home, investing in real estate, or preparing a high value property for market. Known for her integrity and definitely results driven approach, she delivers trusted service that takes clients from stress to success. So, welcome, Robyn.
Thanks, Deanne. I'm so glad to be here.
Wonderful. So, Robyn and I are going to go through a series of questions. And at the end, we are going to do our rapid fire. So, just to start, Robyn, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, real estate is my second career. As you mentioned, I have a business degree and a law degree, and I worked in executive level roles in healthcare. But then, about 6 years ago, I was in between jobs in the corporate world and really wanted to get out of it. So my one of my best friends reached out to me and said, "Let's get into real estate." So we did the course together, and we then COVID happened, and we launched our business during COVID, which is a little difficult for realtors. But we joined a bunch of networking groups, and really that was what helped us grow and morph our business into helping people going through major transitions.
This is amazing. Thanks for sharing that because I was so shocked when I heard you had a business degree and a law degree. But what I find even more interesting now is how you've taken so much of your professional experience, but also your personal experience. And I'm wondering if you can share from what you and Cheryl do specifically around home ownership. If you can share with us maybe non-traditional ways that people can move into home ownership who might not have that, $100,000 down
Right.
payment, that sort
Right.
of thing.
Yeah. So I myself was divorced many, many years ago. And, when you're if you sell a house and now you're a single income earner, you don't necessarily have the ability to get back into home ownership. And that's scary and frustrating. You might have some bad credit. You might be starting your own business, like a lot of us here, and we won't qualify for traditional mortgages. And so, one of the things that really became very passionate about we became very passionate about was helping people get into home ownership that wouldn't otherwise qualify. And that's why we started working on a rent to own program with Clover Properties, who helps all those people, whether you don't have a down payment, you have bad credit, you've gone through bankruptcy, you're in a proposal, you're a first-time home buyer, you've got a good income, but not necessarily enough of a down payment, you're new to Canada, all these people, we can help get them into home ownership. And it's something that I know a lot of people these days are talking about the unaffordability of the GTA. And people come here and want to set down roots, and we can help them.
I love this. So I hear you speaking about things like divorce and bankruptcy and tying it back to like the rent to own as an alternative way to purchase a home. So just because I wonder where that fuel comes from, what motivates you so much to focus on this sector?
Well, as I said, I went through divorce and I know the struggles involved with going through
Mhm.
one of life's biggest transitions. My boyfriend is a bankruptcy lawyer, and I also see through him the struggles that people have when they're facing bankruptcy and they think their life is at an end. And you know uh, it's like so defeating, and you feel like you become a nobody. And I guess one of the things that really fuels us is helping people to get to the other side. we're not about we're not transaction based realtors. We
Yeah,
really want to help people in all aspects of getting their lives back on track.
I love that. I love that. And I think personally, when I hear someone like you talk about this, just the fact that you understand it, you connect to it, you know how it affects people um, personally, emotionally, and it takes a lot of knowledge and information for people to buy a home who are super comfortable, confident, and have a down payment. So it's incredible that you're able to navigate the waters with these people and for these people. It's funny because we often think about going to the dentist because we have an issue with our teeth, right? So pretty straightforward. Tell me a little bit about how is that the same sort of thing for what you do, like using a specialist? Why do you feel it's important? What should we think about when we leave here today about the difference between someone who has focused on a niche market like you and Cheryl have?
So I think a lot of people, unfortunately, when they're looking to buy or sell, are looking for a realtor that's going to give them a deal. Where can I find that 1% agent? Where can I find that agent that's going to give me some of their commission back when I purchase a property? And that really infuriates me because it diminishes the quality of work that we do as realtors. But you get what you pay for. If you're going to scrimp on paying a realtor's commission, then you're going to ultimately scrimp on the sale price, or you're going to get a lower sale price, or you're going to pay higher for a purchase price. And the best way, for the way that I compare somebody who specializes in real estate, or in particular areas of real estate, or who has a background like us, is if you were diagnosed with cancer, would you just go to your GP? No, you'd obviously want to go to a specialist. So why do you scrimp when it comes to your most expensive asset?
Mm, that's that lands. Right?
I wish it would
Really,
land on a lot
really.
more people, because so many people are like, oh, so and so does the 1%, and the face of that 1% realtor is a very popular realtor, but 99% of the time he's not the one that's going to be selling your property.
Right. Got it. I got it. This is great because I feel like when I leave here today, and I'm sure for all of us, you've given us a really clear visual with um, the information to back up, like who we can think about, who we know in our community, who would be someone that we could go to them and say, you know what? Why don't you just talk to Robyn? She understands. She knows what's going on. And I value that. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And for the sake of time, I would love to jump into our rapid fire questions because I think it's fun. I think it's also a really wonderful way for people to get to know a little bit more about you. So, did you have a childhood nickname?
I didn't have a nickname, but I will say that Robyn is not my first name. So, for those of you who
Do
don't
tell.
know, I was born as Tara Robyn, and then I went to camp, and there happened to be two Taras in the cabin. And so they asked us, do either of you want to change your name? And I said, me. And I went by my middle name. And then over the years, my camp friends became my real friends. And then when I got married, I legally changed my name. So my parents still call me Tara. And so when I'm around a group of people, they're like, and my parents are there, they're like, who's Tara?
I love it. I love it. So not a nickname. Who knew that camp counselor had no idea that this would be the end result? Okay, so on the rapid fire questions, ocean, lake, river, or pool for swimming.
Pool, definitely.
Okay, awesome. Favorite season?
Spring,
Love. Favorite place that you've traveled to?
South America.
Mm. Favorite movie?
Greatest Showman,
All right, great soundtrack. Morning person or night owl?
morning, definitely.
Okay, dark dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Neither.
No chocolate?
White
None?
chocolate, white
White
chocolate.
chocolate. Okay. Um, number of friends you've made at Cawee.
Too many to count.
That's kind of beautiful. I love that. Robyn, thank you. We are going to wrap up here and do a Q&A once we're done recording. So thank you, Robyn.